Introducing the fantastic 5 automated strategy builders, now with the incredible VWAP Predator, making this lineup more powerful than ever. Automated strategy builders for different types of strategies for market conditions and behaviors. So I'm going to go from left to right. In the middle there, I've got a little data box so I can show you the days and times and things like that. So top left, I've got the XBRAC range breakout automated strategy builder. So that looks for specific ranges for opening, and this is all on MCL. I just want to give you something real life. These are traded in my in the small account I put together to show ASBs to our users. So that looks at for the oil pit open. It has to have confirmation from the buyer stepped heat map, and it has to have fresh air to the next Guardian zone. All of these strategies have that intuitive modules in there where it's got to get the confirmation, and you set that when you optimize. It's got to have the fresh air to trade into to the next bit of support and resistance. And basically then it relies on the algorithmic signals for each different type of behavior to give those signals. So I'm going to go through those. So we got range breakout on the left top, slingshot on top right, the Zone Trader Pro, sorry, no image in this one because that's a source code version. And then left is the roller coaster. They're all on MCL and they all run concurrently at different times of the day and days of the week. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go for this. I'm making this video on Saturday the 3rd. If we look at the top chart here, this is the slingshot for the second. Look at the date on the data box, the second. So this is yesterday, 3 trades here. I'm just going to go big on the chart at this point here. Just move that slightly out of the way. So yesterday we had 3 great trades. We had a type 1 sell here that did what it said it did. I've made a separate video to that, and we're going to put the link in there because I was going to show you how fast the executions are. Some of these executions were within 1 second, and then this whole trade, this third trade here, within less than 2 minutes. We did something like 47 seconds to that first target, another 36 seconds to that next target, and then another 38 to this target, to this trailing stop. So very, very fast, works extremely well. So those were those 3 trades yesterday, which made some really great money. But then we went sideways, look, all the way. So this was in and around just before and after that US data came out on Friday. And then we were stuck in this zone here for quite a long time, going into the open of the US session there. Really that confluence of support from our Guardian zones does show how accurate it is and how that holds. But later on that same day, the Zone Trader Pro, so this is that action in that zone after we had those really great trades coming into that support. But then with the Zone Trader Pro, this is what trades those zones. So initially it tried to look for that breakout, what we call a continuation trade through there. It failed, little loser. That's fine. This again, look at that data box there. It's the 2nd of the 8th. So this is at sort of 9:06, a little bit after the oil pit open there. And then we're getting in towards the open of the US session. We get another signal to push down through. This time it's taken and it goes. It takes the profit at the next support and resistance zone with 3 of the contracts, and then the other 2 contracts are taken out at a stop loss adjust, because what we do is look for runners there. So again, the way that these fantastic 4 dovetail is they look for different types of strategic trades, different market conditions. So earlier on in the day, we had 3 great trades on the slingshot. That particular type of market behavior worked for that strategy. Then we're going to go sideways, but then the Zone Trader Pro identifies a push through this big confluence zone. And this is a confluence of 60, 30, and 15-minute support and resistance there. It fails the first time, fine, it takes the little loss. Then it tries again, and then we get the big winner. So that was the only trade on Friday, and it was only those 2. When we look at the range breakout here, if I just want to look at this performance report, I'm going to look at all of them in a minute, but I just want to show you that this particular strategy in 90 days only takes 15 trades, because It has to identify that oil pit open. It also has to identify that there's confirmation and fresh air. But it made a $1,300 profit in 90 days. Had 15 trades, 80% win rate. So the last trade for this was perfect situation in that the oil pit open was actually around this support and resistance zone here. So we had lots of fresh air. The bias was all green. We're only looking for the long. We had confirmation. We had lots of fresh air to the next resistance zone. And this was on the 17th of July. The ASB did what it's supposed to do. It took the trade. As soon as it hit the next Guardian zone, it took the profit. If we go and look for the trade previous to that in July, move along. There we go. Okay, so this one was on the 4th of July. This one, actually, we had a great open at that point. There lots of fresh air. There's literally no resistance up above there, and that trades all the way to the session close and then closes at the session close there. So great looking trade for the range breakout. And then the last trade that we had on the roller coaster. So the roller coaster looks for range bound periods, and you can see that roller coaster motion there. If we just go big on the chart, we're looking for that type of motion, but we have to have fresh air. We have to have confirmation. In this particular case, when we look at the strategy, we say it's got to have a minimum of 3 out of 6 of these, this heat map here. That got that confirmation. It got fresh air. It went. This short signal here, there was no red in the heat map. It's not going to take the trade. It only takes those selective particular types of trade. And this has been actually only optimized for long trades. You'll see on the right here, the short trades have been blacked out because over the last 90 days, when this has been optimized, this strategy, the winners are all on the long side. So again, all four together gives us those trading opportunities. So what I want to do now is go through the last 90 days of these. So I'm going to start at the left here. So again, we just saw that performance report for MCL on that range breakout. That was $1,300. Max drawdown only 185 on that particular strategy. So very, very strong strategy. It doesn't trade very often, but when it does, it's very profitable and they run. We then go to the slingshot. Shorter time frame, so the 10 minutes on the range breakout. This is a Unirenko 135, so past time frame on the there. So this is profitable. This is nearly $3,000 profit on this over the 90 days. Profit factor, max drawdown again, very low at $302 there. 150 trades this time though, with an 85% win rate. So lots more trades in this particular strategy. We go down to the Zone Trader Pro. We look at this. Don't worry, I'm going to add those all those different ones up for this particular instrument for the 90 days in a little while. So this one, $2,925, only 73 trades, 61% win rate, but we look at the average winning trade is $92, the average losing trade of $44. This, the win rate's quite low, but the profit is very high because when they do run, they run very well. We again, max drawdown is optimized to get that max drawdown as low as possible while still retaining a good profit margin there. And then finally, the roller coaster. We look at the strategy performance for this over the last 90 days. And we can see this is made around about $1,908, 89 trades. We have almost a 72% win rate. And again, this is where when we optimized, okay, it's a good win rate, but when we're looking at average winning, average losing trades, they're around about the same. So you've got to have that win rate above 70%. And this is, again, it's about different types of strategies and market conditions. We can see there's no short trades in there because we only have long trades switched on. So in total for the Fantastic Four, that was 9,000, just over $9,000 profit for the 90 days. So that averages at $3,055 profit per month. And the idea is that we're not looking for quantity of trades, we're looking at quality. So depending on the strategy and the time frame, we're only looking for the signal. We get the confirmation from the bias depth heat map, and then we've got fresh air using the built-in guardian zones, those intuitive support and resistance zones that look for confluence and everything else, to make sure we've got fresh air to trade into. So there could be days where there's no trades, and then like on Friday there was 4 trades, 3 on one strategy and 1 on a different one. The idea is they're cherry picking the right high quality trade and not quantity. But over time, that count balance will increase. And again, with all of these, if you're trading MCL, CL, HG, they're the ones I trade live, and they're the templates that I share for these particular four, the Fantastic Four, the Zone Trader Pro, the Slingshot, the Range Breakout, and the Roller Coaster. So check out the links below for the ASBs. For Ninja Trader only, but again, we've built some really great logic over the last 5 years. We've been able to then look at different market conditions, different behaviors, and have those strategies for each of those to then dovetail together to have some really strong trading opportunities, very high quality, high profitability trading opportunities. Check out those links below, and I'll speak to you really soon. So the VWAP Predator ASB has taken a trade this morning. It is 1:56 a.m. EST, so it's almost 8 a.m. Dubai where I am. So we've had a signal, we've had the confirmation, we've got fresh air because the next resistance zone is just way too high up there, 4.5. So we're good to go. You see how the VWAP resets and the extensions reset when we get the close and open of the session each day for futures. And as you can see, they start to widen as we go along. This is the first signal we've had today. It's around about $125 in profit. It's not added another contract because the momentum wasn't enough to go there. So right now what will happen is, let me just zoom in. The trailing stock will follow the VWAP for now, okay, until we get to a certain point where we get the auto stop loss adjust to break even. If we go to the back end right now, we can see what that setting is. So we have, so the stop loss adjusters at 15 ticks, and that will go to 2 to make it risk free. So right now we're not there yet. We're doing okay. It should change pretty soon as this momentum's going. So I'm just going to keep on this for a little while, just to see how that works, and then I'll pause it and then just keep coming back as the trade progresses. So what we're looking for is real big momentum here. We're at 13 ticks at the moment, so it shouldn't be too long. Just need a little more momentum. Again, this is early hours, but we are not forgetting we have the gold pit open for Europe in about 2 minutes. And then in an hour's time we have the London Open. So there is action here from European traders and the last of the Asian traders. So you know, we can't sort of, you know, we can't say no to trading at this time, and this is why, especially if you're in the US, this is why automated strategy builders are valuable, because they're trading while you're in bed. So we're only at 8 ticks profit right now, which is around $100 profit. So what I'm going to do is just pause video, and because I can't keep filling, because it is going to be reasonably slow, and then I'll come back and update when something happens. Okay, so momentum is gathering. We are moving towards the final of the VWAP extensions there. We're at around $300 profit right now, so it's looking pretty good. We still haven't gone to risk-free yet. We need a little bit more momentum for the algorithm to make it risk-free, but very, very good. We have a really, really strong momentum move, and it wasn't affected by the gold pit open there, so very, very good. So I'll just keep you informed as the trade continues. I mean, trading should be boring. It's doing it automatically. So the trade is now risk-free, 2 ticks above the original entry. So we just, we there's no risk at all now for this. Might get a bit of slippage if it comes down really quickly. And this is why we put that stop loss adjusted 2 ticks above the entry to account for any slippage for major moves down. So what we've got to do now is just wait. So I'm going to pause the video. It's around $287 profit. You can see that on the profit, the P&L trace down at the bottom here where my cursor is. But we're risk-free, so let's just let it run out and see what happens. So we're around $412 profit on this move now. We can see now that we are very close to the next VWAP extension. If we can break that, this next extension down will now be our trailing stop. So the stop will be adjusted to move with this extension. Because what we do is every time we break an extension, we move the trailing stop on the VWAP or the VWAP extensions to fall just one behind, if you like. So we're looking for this situation now where we get some momentum to break just to get a close up above there, and that will adjust. So right now we just got to wait and be patient. We are around about $425 in profit right now. So good momentum move coming in the start of this was just before the European gold pit open, which is perfect timing. We got that buy signal here, which was an increase in volume crossing over that extension. And we're automatically into this trade. We're risk-free. We just need a little bit more momentum so we can start adjusting the trailing stop automatically with this. So I'm going to pause the video again and let's see what happens. Okay, so we just broke that top extension there, and you can see now the trailing stop was adjusted on the other extension, but then we went through 45 ticks, so it adjusted now to make it more aggressive with locking that profit. Currently $675 profit right now, so it's working very, very well. So what we're relying on now is that trailing stop to continue or hit the target. So we are looking very good at this moment in time. We are around about $700 profit right now, so looking very, very strong. It's a good move, it's a good sensible move, and these strategies make sense when you understand what is going on. So hopefully you can understand how this works. I mean, we're at $750, $775 profit right now, and it's climbing very, very, very well. One of the things you can do with this strategy and any of our automated strategy builders is you can drag and drop and adjust those really, really tight if you wanted to, or you could manually flatten. So we're around about $800 profit right now. So if that was enough for you for today, you could hit that flatten button and away you would go. Just a quick look at the back end here with the strategies. At this moment in time, we adjusted it to 30 ticks from 45. There isn't a stop loss adjust update, but there is a take profit at 100 ticks. So if it gets to 100 ticks, it would just take that profit, because when we optimize, and I teach you how to optimize, that is the sort of standard sort of move that we could see. But also, if it touches the guardian zone, so the automated support and resistance zones before it gets to the 100 ticks, it will also take, because it doesn't want to trade into that resistance for a long or support for the short. Okay, so I'm just going to let that run for a little while, but hopefully this makes sense. Check out those links below for all of the automated strategy builders. We are releasing this VWAP on January the 1st, 2025. And it's a very, very strong strategy. Looks momentum. It didn't add a second contract in this instance, but it is designed to do that if the momentum allows it and it meets the criteria. So actually, I'm just going to stop it right now, because we've done what it said on the tin. 100 ticks is quite a way away yet. So in fact, no, I'll tell you what, I'll just pause it and see what happens. Okay, so the trailing stop was taken out and we made $375 profit. But one of the things with ASBs we must learn is that we've got that first stop loss just to make it break even. Then we got one at 45 ticks. Now we need to measure this average move up here, say 64. So what we've got to do is be mindful that we've got another stop loss adjust in the bag here. And this is a good move. We don't want to give 50% of it away. So what we need to be doing is, when we re-optimize this through observation, is that once it gets to 60 ticks, we're probably going to be very aggressive with a 50 tick stop loss adjust. So we've got that extra one. So when I look at this here, on the strategies, I'm just going to disable this to show you. So we've got this next stop loss adjust here. So what I'm going to do is be more aggressive and go 60-50. This locks in more profit. Yes, when we do get a good move, 100 ticks is good, but we need to be aggressive with that, because we get these pullbacks. Okay, so that's now set for the next trade, and I can test and adjust there. But that basically is the VWAP Predator ASB. Decent trade and a good observation there for me to add another stop loss adjust to be more aggressive with that trading stop. Hopefully that helps. Check out the links below.